Welcome back. Before the break, I told you someone once said, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, our Eric Johnson is here to go into detail on that more.
There are treasures everywhere, if you know where to look. From the city of Everett, you can hop aboard a ferry and glide across the water to Whidbey Island. And once there, you can drive deep into the rugged, wooded glory that is the beautiful state of Washington. And if you are lucky, you will come across something strange and fantastic, a fence, a kind of wall. And I'm here to tell you, you've never seen anything like it. There are faces, humans, and bears, and birds, and there on the fence are the words that one man lives by: carve or starve. That man, Steve Backus, a collector of wood carvings, built the thing.
And one day I just started putting stuff up, and it just never stopped. These are different carvings over the years. Dexter made this. I can't remember who made that. Steve Orn made this horse. He passed away a couple years ago.
Steve carved some wood himself.
This is like a bear I made, and I gave to my grandma when I was like 25.
And when you step behind the fence into his world, you realize that he does a lot of carving. He surrounds himself with a wild wooded wonderland. Slabs of wood, fallen totems, creatures both real and imagined, frightened flights of fancy, Sasquatches. When trees dream of going to heaven, they dream of coming here. In one place, chains hang like necklaces, and nearby are the tools of a peculiar trade, one man's paintbrushes.
This is a gnome, and this is a Sasquatch, of course, and they're going to be sharing a joke about, you know, if nobody will believe in you, believe in yourself.
Steve Backus, you see, is a chainsaw artist.
I'm an elder statesman. I'm not too stuck in my own ways, but I plug along. Well, let me check this one for gas.
When his fickle machines do work, it is a glorious thing to behold.
I call us the biker Vikings of the art world. Elephants, gnomes. This is a little gnome. We were compared to the guy alongside the road selling the velvet paintings. I could probably just make a living just making these, but then I would be bored.
And how many bears, how many Sasquatches, how many of this stuff do you think you've carved over the years?
Tens of thousands. Easily tens of thousands.
The bread and butter for a chainsaw carver is bears. Everybody loves little bears. He cranks them out one after the other. His wife, Nanette, paints them up. They sell like hotcakes. But when he sets his mind to it, look what Steve can do with his chainsaw out in the woods. Just look at it.
Inside every tree stump or cast-off piece of driftwood.
Maybe you've seen Steve Backus before. He was in one of those ingenious Pemco insurance ads.
Roadside chainsaw wood carver. You're one of us. And you deserve an insurance company that's carved out its own special niche.
There is a sign on that fence of his that is ominous, because the thing about wood is that it burns. And 3 months ago, this chainsaw artist saw a chunk of his life go up in smoke.
That must have just been devastating.
Yeah, it was a kick to the guts.
150 fully carved bears perished in the fire, the things he planned to sell for the next year at fairs and markets. It was the deepest cut.
It was the inventory that was all the way complete, done, painted, and things that are in the pipeline for next year, big carvings that were done. I figure that if it was easily $30,000 or $40,000 worth of stuff.
In that Pemco ad, there was a building in the background, a studio. It was destroyed. His chainsaws were lost, and an old lumber mill that was on the property, and some of his favorite works.
This is a contest piece I made, one of the very few that I won, but it was up in front of the fence, and this is the part that was facing the fire.
And sadly, despite his history with Pemco, Steve had no fire insurance.
Yeah, well, hungry dog hunts harder.
That's right. You're a hungry dog?
I am a hungry dog. It may not look like I'm starving, but, you know, you got to keep the wheel turning.
As the man says, carve or starve. But the hungry dog isn't alone.
The next day, I was out here with a shovel and a rake looking at, friggin' 120 feet of smoldering ashes and roofing and timbers. And I was like, man, I'm going to be here for 2 months cleaning this crap up. And people started showing up and just, it was just off the hook. Folks that I didn't think probably would ever give me a hand, give me a hand. I had a guy pull up here, Big Larry, and give me a nice vest and a $50 bill. People sent me chainsaws, UPS in the mail, came by and dropped them by.
He comes by it honestly, He learned it from his mother, who was one of the original chainsaw artists back when it was new. His uncle did it too. His peculiar trade comes from a whole line of peculiar. And so all these years later, riding now on a wave of love, the chainsaw carver, this folk artist in the woods, quirky, weirdly wonderful, incredibly talented, continues to carve. Bears and the gnomes and the other things real and imagined make him and us happy.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to watch more videos from Fox, Illinois.